Icon Park, quite possibly the most iconic attraction in all of Orlando. In today's video, I decided to travel to Orlando, Florida to visit the Icon Park Entertainment District. So I recently met up with some friends who came to Orlando for their family vacation, and we had a conversation about the 192 versus International Drive attractions. You know, back in the 1970s and 80s, 192 in Kissimmee was the major area for hotels and restaurants and attractions, and that got replaced by International Drive in the 90s, starting around 1990 when Universal Studios Orlando opened. This build-up on International Drive is kind of why downtown Orlando has kind of fallen on hard times. They used to have this entertainment district known as Church Street Station down there, and that has largely been abandoned and replaced with the iDrive entertainment districts like City Walk and today's Icon Park. What's interesting about Icon Park is it's a collection of a bunch of different attractions, restaurants, and stores. Right now you're looking at the Sea Life Aquarium, which is a little pricey, but still pretty nice. I've got a future episode coming up on it. So let me go over some of the highlights at Sea Life Aquarium. They've got Florida's only 360-degree tunnel, where you actually walk suspended kind of in a tube inside the aquarium, which is kind of neat. You also have the ability to touch a starfish, kind of like a petting zoo for aquatic animals. They have unique dive shows for the scuba divers, so you can actually see the researchers that go in the tanks, as well as a behind-the-scenes tour that's really good, definitely worth the upcharge. When they first built this place, I was kind of skeptical of it. Why are they building an aquarium a mile away from SeaWorld? But SeaWorld is a full-day attraction, and you know, if you don't have the full day, you really are kind of wasting the money on an admission, whereas this place is great for like a couple hours. Good half-day, you know, attraction. Say you're trying to burn a couple hours before you have to go back to the airport. Another attraction here at Icon Park is Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. What's interesting about these wax museums is there's multiple locations. Like the New York location focuses kind of on the Ghostbusters and Supernatural, and this one in Orlando, the focus is on DC superheroes like Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, that kind of stuff. I'm kind of indifferent for the Wax Museum. If you're in Orlando already, you've got Disney's animatronics and their dark rides, so seeing static displays in a Wax Museum, I don't understand why you would do that. The headline attraction here at Icon Park is probably the Orlando Eye, and it is the largest observation wheel on the east coast of the United States. It's a pretty big deal, and you can see it for miles. As a photographer, this is one of my favorite attractions. You get some really amazing vantage points, both during the day as well as nighttime. The admission cost is about $25 for adults. It is a lot more affordable for children. It's about $13 for kids. So what exactly was the conclusion of that conversation that I had with my friends about iDrive versus 192? Once we started talking about it, we realized that 192 just doesn't have anything quite like Icon Park or City Walk. The closest thing they've got is Old Town. While that is a fun attraction, it's just not up to the same quality standards as something like this. For example, they have a haunted house there, but compared to the aquarium and wax museum here, it's not really the same. If you want a burger in Old Town, they've got a Checkers versus a Shake Shack here at Icon Park. International Drive just has a more upscale atmosphere compared to 192. So what's the bottom line? Well, if you only have a half day to spend in Orlando, this is one of the best places to come. If you're looking for attractions and amusement rides, I think Icon Park is better than Disney Springs as well as City Walk. Now keep in mind, Icon Park does not have a movie theater, so that is definitely a reason to go to Disney Springs or City Walk instead of Icon Park. Food is kind of subjective. All three of them have great restaurants. I think City Walk might have the edge for having the most and highest quality restaurants, but again, it's subjective, so you're gonna have to make that call on your own. I'm not gonna lie, I really loved this Arcade City. It was a great old school arcade. Reminds me of the penny arcades that I grew up with in Coney Island and Seaside Heights and Wildwood. There's a wonderful feeling of nostalgia you get when you go to an arcade playing some old Sega Outrun or skee ball. Thanks for watching this episode of The Adventure Shmup. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See everyone next week.